Good morning, dear parents. Good morning, everyone. So, we are here today. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry. We are here to have a session on parenting. So, we have Namrata Dhruve, ma'am. So, let's welcome her with a round of applause. So, I'll just give a short introduction of ma'am and I will request ma'am to start the session. Namrata Dhruve, ma'am, is a certified parenting and life coach. She is also certified NLP practitioner. She is chartered accountant by profession. Rise While You Raise is an outcome of her passion to share her learnings and experience as a mom. This thing called parenting became her passion when she realized that somewhere she was burdening her child with her generational patterns, actually losing connection with him. That moment of realization was a start of beautiful journey to evolve as a human being first and then as a parent. This journey of inner work makes her believe stronger that to raise a child in front of us, we as a parent need to rise above our beliefs, our patterns, habits, and our past too. This is how she calls her mission to walk the path together with parents by helping them to raise emotionally, mentally, and spiritually healthy child as rise while you raise. So we have already given the same flyer. So I request ma'am to start her session with this beautiful quote. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am. Thank you.
Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Yes, ma'am. So, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Oh, okay, perfect. So, thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful introduction. I welcome all the parents and a very fabulous good afternoon to everyone. So, before I would like to start with the topic, I would like to know from every parent who have joined over here as to what is your intention of joining over here. Can you please chat in a chat box what is your intention to be here today? My intention to be here today is I'm convinced that nothing matters more to the future of this planet than the evolution of a parent. Do you all agree? So let's keep this as a more interactive session so that we learn from each other and I understand that whether what I'm speaking is reaching to you all or not. So what is your intention to be here today? Yes, can you please chat in a chat box? What is your intention to be here today? I have shared what is my intention. My intention to be here is to empower parents because evolution of the parents is something which is going to change the future of this planet, I'm saying. So what is your intention to be here today? Yes, can we have some chat? Guidance and tips to help. Okay, great. Understanding about parenting, child's confidence without pampering them. Okay, that's great. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. So I understand and I would like to congratulate you all to be here with the same intention because I understand that you are joining here on time or you are here with this same intention of exploring the parenting so that we can help our children to grow in a emotionally, mentally, physically healthy human being. And with this intention in mind, let me start with today's topic. So, the topic given to me is positive parenting. Positive parenting is such a vast topic. And if I look at this topic, if we start discussing what is positive parenting, it will take another 3 days. But let me start today with the base of positive parenting. What is the base of positive parenting? And the base of positive parenting is connection between a parent and a child, or a connection between a caretaker and a child. So let me speak about connection today, which is the base of positive parenting. Now, before I go ahead and dive into this topic, I would like you all to settle down, to sit quietly without any distractions so that next 1.5 hour, we are having an enriching session with each other. So I would like you all to sit back and now imagine a situation. I want you all to imagine a situation over here. Suppose it is a Sunday morning. So are you all here with me? Can you just chat in a chat box? Are you all here with me? Say yes. Before I give you a situation, just please, can you just, yeah, thank you. Yes, others, please. Okay, cool, great. Thank you so much. So before now, let me give you a situation. The situation is that it is a Sunday morning and you had already decided that I am going to sleep for a long time. I'm going to wake up at least by 10 o'clock today because I had a very hectic week. You and your husband both had decided I am going to wake up little late. As soon as the Sunday morning started, your 4-year or 5-year young child, your young daughter or son, he woke up. He woke up at 6:30. Okay, he woke up at 6:30 and he's like, Mama, wake up. Papa, wake up. I have a surprise for you. And you're like, what is this? Better let me sleep. It's Sunday morning. I told you yesterday night only I want to sleep for long hours. No, Mama, wake up. I have a surprise for you. You're like, no, bacha, you can give me surprise at 10 o'clock also. Please let me sleep. I get only one day to sleep, beta. No, Mama, wake up. I have a surprise for you. And now you're like, oh God, I just need to see this surprise and I need to sleep again. You are just like, that bed is calling me. So you just open your eyes somehow and you ask your child, yeah, tell me what is the surprise. So your child says, Mama, can you just take out your pillow and see what is there beneath the pillow? So you take out the pillow and you see that there is a note of 2000 rupees, but that note is cut into half. That note is cut into half, and only half of the note is kept under your pillow. And you're like, what is this? And you say, what is the surprise in this? He's like, Papa, you also pick up your pillow. So Papa also picks up the pillow and see there is another half note kept under the pillow of Papa's pillow. So he's like, Papa, surprise, Mama, surprise. I have given you 2000 rupee note equally to both of you. I found this note in our living room. I thought, why should not I give this note to both of you? That's why I have cut it into half and I have given it to both of you. Mama, surprise. Now what? Tell me what will be your reaction. Can we just chat in a chat box quickly? What is going to be your reaction to this surprise? What will you tell your child? Yes, please. What is going to be your reaction to this surprise? Furious. Great thinking. Okay, I'm blank. Okay. Yes, please, everyone. Angry. Okay. Sharing is good. Okay. What else? What will you tell your child in front of you? What will be your reaction? Yes, please, others also. Angry. Okay. Thank you for being so honest. See, this is a platform wherein we need to be honest and share with each other. Then only we can go to the next level. Angry. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So maybe when you're angry, you will say, what is this? Why did you cut the note in 2 pieces? The note is not supposed to be cut in 2 pieces. The note is not supposed to be cut in 2 pieces. Why don't you understand? Now, how do I just stick it back? It is lost to me. Or you will say, baby, you're not supposed to do this. Why did you do that? Sharing is good, beta, but you're not supposed to cut this note. Yes, you will explain the value of money to your child, right? See, all the responses over here are different. Emotional involvement. What kind of emotional involvement you will say? So only one parent or 2 parents are here who are saying emotional involvement. What kind of emotional involvement? We will tell a child, beta, I understand you wanted to give a surprise, but you're not supposed to cut the note in 2 pieces. Not at all. That's not right. You have spoiled my Sunday morning so badly. A 2000 rupee note, right? We all will speak in this way. Now let me share a screen and then go ahead with the presentation. Now why do you think that? Okay, just a minute. Okay, I'm getting a comment over here that people are waiting in a lobby, ma'am. Can you please let them in? Okay, so let me share a screen. So today we are going to speak about connecting with the child. So now can you tell me why our responses were so different? Why we wanted to teach the child and none of us actually said that, wow, my baby, what a wonderful surprise. I'm so happy you thought about me and Papa equally. Thank you for giving this note to us, beta. I'm so glad you thought about us, right? I'm so glad. Thank you, bacha. Now come on, you go and play and let me sleep. I'm so happy with this wonderful surprise and I'm going to sleep for more time. Your child is okay, mama. Thank you. Bye. Why we did not say this to our child? Have you ever given a thought as to why my first response did not come out of the fact that why my first response did not come like this? Why? Can you all see my screen? Yes, please. Can you all see my screen? Okay, perfect, perfect. So why my response did not come like this, that wow baby, thank you so much for doing this and I'm really glad that you shared. What drives our response, friends? What drives our response? Yes, I am not able to hear anyone. We value money more than a surprise. Wow, how truthful you are over here. Agreed, but my child would empty my wallet. Absolutely true, absolutely true. So, see, we all know that what child has done is not correct. The way of doing it was not correct, but the intention of the child was correct. So let's first understand why our response is driven like this, the way we responded. Our response is traditionally parenthood is exercised by hierarchy. What do I mean by hierarchy? Hierarchy means one is above, one is below. If you'll go to any organization, there is an organizational chart which is a hierarchy of the organization. So there is a MD, there is a CEO, there is a CFO. So one above the other. And the parenthood is also exercised by hierarchy. Here we say that, here we feel that my child is lesser than me because I know better than my child. Why I know? Because I'm elder to you. I have seen so much in life. You have just come here just few years back. You don't know how to handle things. You don't know how to earn money. You don't know what is the value of money. You are lesser than me. I am better than you. I know better than you. I know better what is right for you. We all think this way when we look at a child, because we look at a child in a hierarchical manner, but we don't look at a child in a circular manner. What is circular manner? Circular manner is looking at a child. That child is there because of me and I am here because of my child. We both coexist equally. We both coexist equally. And because our responses, this is very unconscious way of responding. It's not only about you, it's about me also. We are all conditioned by this society to think in a particular way about our child, about us. And automatically when we look at child, we think that okay, it's my duty to teach my child. Obviously it's our duty, but then when, how? And when our responses are driven like this, that is the point we fail to connect with the children. Now you all must be telling, and you have already shared in the chat box also, then shouldn't I teach my child then? Shouldn't I teach value of money to my child? Obviously, I am supposed to share what is the value of money to my child, but what, when, and how? That is what we are going to look today. It is not the point that shouldn't I teach my child. It is the point that I should teach my child, but when and how is the point. So friends, before we teach our child, it is important that I create a deep bond with my child. I create a deep bond, and that is the priority. Why it is a priority? Because deep bonds are created with children only in the moments when they are emotionally upset or thrilled. Emotionally upset or thrilled. So deep bonds are created only in these moments. Someone is on unmute. Can you just mute, ma'am? All participants, please.
Yes, ma'am. I'll mute and maybe you also will get muted. You just need to unmute yourself.
Okay, okay.
Dear parents, we request you please kindly mute yourself. Keep yourself muted.
Okay.
Parents, we request you to keep yourself on mute.
Thank you, thank you. So yes, I'll share the screen again. So you all can see my screen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
But
okay,
it's
perfect.
not a slideshow.
It's not a slideshow. Okay, let me do that again. Stop sharing. Now is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. So as I said, that deep bonds are created only when, only in the moments when I'm emotionally upset or I'm thrilled. Now you all must be thinking, why to create so much of drama? Let's tell a child, okay, you have done something wrong. Let's tell a child to behave. Or let's roll our eyes so that the child understands that there is something wrong I have done and that should not be done. These are so easier ways to tell a child how to behave. Then why to create so much of drama by being, in the, by creating a bond and all? Why to do that drama? It is necessary to do this drama because a child will listen to you by rolling your eyes, by scolding, or by just telling a child in the moment of emotional upset that you have done something wrong. This will work till the age of 8 years, 10 years, or maybe 15 years. And by the end of this, then our child will say, Mama, I think there is something wrong you are teaching me because my friend doesn't say that. My friend says I have done something right. And then we say, यार बच्चा सुनता ही नहीं है, आजकल के बच्चे सुनते ही नहीं, कल तक तो सुनता था, आज पता नहीं क्या हो गया, बड़े हो गए, बच्चे नहीं सुनते हैं. So by age of this 8 or something like that, our child says that yes, Mama, he starts trusting someone else more than us because he thinks that Mummy Papa cannot understand me. If that is the case, if I want to enjoy a parenting which is having a joyful space with my child where there is a lot of sharing and caring and laughter around, and I expect my child to listen to me, then the base is connection with the child. The base is connection with the child. That's why I say that level of cooperation which I receive from my child is in direct proportion to the level of connection my child has with me. My child feels with the parent, not connection with the child has, the feeling which the child has with the parent. So now if you look back into your routine, try to analyze how many times my child listens to me, what is the percentage of cooperation I receive from my child. If that percentage is lesser, then somewhere I'm lacking into the connection with the child. And then if I develop that connection with the child doesn't seek any outside validation because his emotional need is satisfied at home only. His emotional contentment is, that particular box is fulfilled at home only, so he doesn't go out and he seek validation at all. And home is a safe space for the child, that he'll come back after a mistake outside. Mama, I committed mistake today, I'm sorry, what needs to be done, tell me. He will have that space at home, a safe space wherein he can come and discuss about the mistakes which he has done. Or he can come and tell me, Mama, that friend told me something like this, is it really true? That 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 creation of the safe space is the need of an hour today, because the environment outside is quite, what I say, is dangerous. You don't know where the child is going to listen, whom the child is going to listen, and whom the child is going to confide into. I don't want my child to confide into someone else, I want my child to come back to me. So if you really want a cooperation from your child, if you don't want your child to look for validation outside, and if you want your child to come back home, connection is the base. Are you all here with me? Can you just chat in the chat box, please? Yes, are you all here with me till now? Great, thank you, thank you. So now if that is the case, that there is so much of need of connection with the child, then let's first see as to what is the way I have been communicating with my child so far. What is the way that I have been communicating with my child so far? Just a minute, let me just go into the presenter. So now let's look at few examples. What I had been doing till now is, suppose let's take an example that your child is a 4 or 5 year young child and he wanted a car very desperately on his birthday, and then you gifted him that car. Now after birthday, after few days, 7 to 8 days of birthday, he was playing with all of his toys, and all of a sudden that car, broke up. Now what is the reaction which we will give to a child? We will say, why couldn't you take care? You wanted this toy so badly, right? We just bought it on your birthday. You should have taken care of it. How could you break it? Next time I'm not going to give you. Every time you do like this. So this is our response, a traditional response to our child when we say that, when we look at the child behaving irresponsibly, right? That is our reaction. Let's take a second example. Suppose again your 5 year young child, you are playing with your child in a society, and let's take a 4 year young child. Okay, you're playing with the child in the society and the ball goes under a car which is quite little far away from here. You can see the car, but little he has to go a few steps over there to reach the car. Okay, and the car goes below the ball goes below the car. So now you tell, come on, go fast, get the ball. But the child is, no, I don't want to go alone, mama, I don't want to go alone over there. The ball is under the car, I'm scared. You say, okay, not an issue. The security uncle is standing over there. Go and ask security uncle, can you just give me a ball? No, mama, I don't want to ask uncle. I'm scared of uncle. Now you're like, what is there to be scared about it? Come on, go and get the ball fast. You want to play? I have come down for you. I am leaving all my stuff at home. I'm leaving all my chores at home and I have come down to play with you. What is the natak? Come on, go fast and get the ball. We are getting late. Go fast and get the ball. This is our response. Now let's take an example of a teenager. Suppose a teenager boy or a girl, whatever, is not invited for a sleepover. Nowadays they have a lot of sleepovers, right? Usne uske ghar pe mama sleepover rakha hai, I want to go over there to for a night out. So suppose your child is not invited by his best friends for a sleepover, and he comes to know about this from somewhere outside, from some other friends, that you know what, that Rohit is going for a sleepover at this place. You are not invited, but you are such a good friend of Rohit. Why you are not invited? And now your child feels so bad, and he comes home with this drop face, and he's so upset. He shares this with you, but what will you say? We generally say, it's okay beta, not a big deal. उसने नहीं बुलाया तो क्या हुआ, नेक्स्ट टाइम कहीं और चले जाना. अच्छा हुआ नहीं, मन के मन में हम सोचते हैं अच्छा हुआ नहीं बुलाया, रात भर बेटा बच्चा आउटसाइड रहेगा. सो मन के मन में तो ये चल रहा होता है, बट ऊपर ऊपर हम बोलते हैं ना बेटा इट्स ओके, क्या हुआ नहीं बुलाया तो, डोंट ओवर रिएक्ट, दैट्स सच अ स्मॉल थिंग, यू नो. सो वी से दिस टू आवर टीनेजर चाइल्ड. Another example again of a teenager, because I see there are so many people from 7th, 8th, 9th classes also. So suppose again your teenager daughter, she's a wonderful dancer. She has been preparing for a skit which is going to be there in the annual function, in which dance was a sole part of it, and she was really looking forward that she'll get selected for it. After even putting in so much of effort, she doesn't get selected, and she comes back home, again this face, upset face, and she shares this with you. Mama, I'm not selected, I'm feeling so bad, and she starts crying. You're like, don't cry like baby beta, it's okay. If you're not selected this time, maybe next time you'll get selected. What's the big deal about it, right? We say this. Another example, suppose your teenager again, who is good at maths, suppose, okay, a 9th standard boy who is good at maths. He has been working very hard he has been working hard on the subject, and he wanted to top in a school in the 9th standard, which was supposed to be the base for his 10th standard admission, or he wanted to come out of that confidence, 10th standard I'm coming as a topper from 9th standard math subject. But then somehow when the result came of 9th standard, he was not the topper, but he was third, and he was tremendously upset. But you are like, it's okay beta, third to आए ना तुम ये देखो ना कि तुम third तो आए, first नहीं आए तो क्या हुआ, that's fine beta. So these are the responses which we give to our children, friends. So because of these responses, what happens? What is the consequence of these responses? So when we advise our child, or when we try to cheer them up or suggest them or ignore them when they are emotionally upset or emotionally thrilled, our child starts feeling that we are not comfortable with their feeling. They start sensing that, okay, mama is maybe not liking my upset feeling, let's cheer up, let's keep her happy, okay, let's keep papa happy. He's not liking because he's trying to cheer me up, it's my duty to cheer up, it's my duty to take his advice because he's not liking my upset face. And then what happens is they stop sharing with us. That is the moment they stop sharing with us, because they think that my upset mood, my emotionally drained mood actually is my parents are uncomfortable with this. And that is the moment they start looking outside. कोई और मुझे समझ सकता है क्या? कोई और मुझे समझ सकता है? There is a friend in the corner जो समझ सकता है, but you never know where that friend can lead your child to. You never know where that particular friend will trap your child into. And friends, that is the moment, that emotional moment is the moment when these deep bonds are created. Now you all must be thinking, then what needs to be done? Before what needs to be done, let's understand why this happens. Why it happens that in the moment when child is emotionally upset, our advice, our cheering up, our suggestions doesn't help a child. It is because of this primitive brain. This primitive brain is, when the child is upset, this primitive brain takes over. Okay, this primitive brain takes over. It is good at fighting, shouting, ignoring a parent, or getting upset with the parent more, but it is not good at logical thinking. That in that moment of time, this is called a primitive phase. Now if you look at yourself as an adult human being, you will notice that somehow, suppose your promotion was due, your appreciations were due, and you did not get the hike as you had expected, your meeting doesn't go well with the boss, you get so much upset, and when you come home, your wife tells, it's okay, not a big deal. It is not a big deal for her, but it is a big deal for you. That moment you don't feel like listening to this crap, it's not a big deal. Come on, I have worked so hard, I know how much I have worked hard for this. I had taken the burden of everyone on me. I have taken the responsibility, I have overdone. But you don't understand me. Come on. Even if she has cooked your favorite food, that doesn't taste good to you, because this primitive brain has taken over. So it's not only with the child, but it's with us also. When the primitive brain has taken over, in this primitive brain, in this phase, we just cannot listen to all the advices, suggestions, or someone taking the side of enemy, or someone giving you advice to cheer up, this is not a big deal. That is the logical reason. But then what needs to be done? What is the solution to this? There is a solution. Okay, now is the time to go back to their level, go back to the level of the child. Go back to the level of the child and acknowledge their feelings and empathize with them. Now how it needs to be done? The first example which we saw was of the broken toy. The toy is broken now. How I can say that? Oh baby, my bacha, the car broke. I know it hurts so much when your favorite toy is broken. I know baby, it feels really sad. That is not the moment to tell him to take care. That is not the moment to blame or shame a child. When it needs to be done, we will see it. Okay, but now that is not the time. It is the time to acknowledge the feeling, to empathize with the child. Second example, ball goes under the car. Oh, beta, I understand it is so scary to speak with strangers. Let's do one thing. Should I come with you? The child knows, okay, my mama understands me. It is actually scary. At my age, it is scary to speak with strangers. Teenager not invited for a party. I know, beta, it feels so bad. It's so hurtful that your best friend doesn't invite you for a sleepover. I understand, bacha. Or a child not selected for a dance. You can say, I know, beta, you had worked so hard. It is so heartbreaking for you. I can completely understand. A child who doesn't come first in maths. Oh, baby, I know this is really hurting you so badly. You had really worked so hard on this topic. The moment you say these things to your child, that is the moment child feels that my parents are understanding me. That is the moment they start trusting their inner voice. What is inner voice? Inner voice is something very deep. मुझे जो feel हो रहा है at this moment in time, is it right or is it wrong? Am I not looking after anyone over here to get that validation? I know this is right. If I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling sad. No one can tell me don't feel sad. I am feeling sad right now. I'm feeling frustrated, I'm feeling shameful, I'm feeling hurtful, I'm upset. You understand your inner voice, and then when you grow up, you don't go into depression then. Why you don't go into depression? Because the fact which is happening in front of you as an adult is acceptable to you. Okay, I didn't get that job, I understand, it is really sad, it is really, I'm feeling sad about it. It's okay, I'll look for some other job. But you don't go into depression over there. You go into depression, you go into anxiety. Can you just mute, ma'am? I'm sorry. Okay. So you don't go into depression because you're not resisting your emotions at that moment in time. Only when you resist your emotions, you resist your feelings, there are 100% chances of you going into depression, into anxiety. What was happening in Corona, did you see? People were resisting Corona, and that's where we were not ready to accept the reality as it is. When I teach my child right from childhood that whatever you are feeling is right, stay with the feeling right now in the moment. There is no way how this child will grow up in future in a depressed mode, not at all. He starts to trust his inner voice. There is no need for outer validation. My friend should understand me. No, why my friend should understand me? My parents do understand me. They know that it is not right, it is what I'm feeling is right. So even if someone tells us, come on, there is no need, don't be a girl like don't be a girl like don't cry like a girl or something like that, we tell to boys. No, it's okay to cry. My parents have told me, I know they trust me, I know what I'm doing is right. It's okay to cry. What you say doesn't matter to me, so I don't seek any outside validation over there. No need to fake out things. So even if I'm crying, I don't laugh out. नहीं यार लग गई, नहीं कुछ नहीं हुआ मुझे. I don't fake out things. I don't fake out that I'm hurt. I don't cover up myself. There is no need to cover up. There is no need to fake out things. And this phase of being with the child in a primitive phase, this phase of being with the child, understanding the feeling, empathizing with the feeling, is called cooling down phase. To be with the child, to enable them to process their feelings. We are helping them to process their feelings by naming a feeling, by making them understand what they're feeling, and then letting them sit with their feeling. This is called a cooling down phase. This cooling down phase can be of 2 minutes also, and it can last for 2 days also. You think if you did not get a promotion and someone your rivalry gets a promotion, you know he didn't deserve it. How bad you feel, and for how many days you feel. It takes so long period of time for you to come out of that feeling. So this cooling down phase can be a phase wherein child may take 2 days, 2 minutes, or 2 days also to come out of that cooling down phase. But what is important is my parents are there with me. I don't have to go inside the room and just under a pillow. I need not cry. I can cry by giving a jhappe to my mama and to my papa. Imagine how beautiful it is. How beautiful. And this cooling down phase gives you a right to enter into the third phase, which is called a logical phase. So when the cooling down is over, my child is neutral, he has come out of that situation. Now there is 99% chance that child will take my suggestion. Oh beta, आपको बहुत बुरा लगा था ना? या फिर the first example, tearing of a note. Oh baby, you had given me a surprise, right? That was such a wonderful surprise. I loved it. But you know what? You can give me a note by splitting it into thousand rupees, right? When we cut a note into two pieces, we cannot use a note. And do you know, mama goes full day to office and then this note comes into the home. Oh mama, is that so? I didn't know. Okay beta, next time be careful. You can give me surprise of something else which can be cut into two pieces, but not money. Okay, so there is a 99% chance that your child will take up your suggestion. Your child will come back to you next time for sharing also and for advice also, but not in a phase of a primitive phase. If you do that in a primitive phase, there is 99% chance that child will stop sharing with you, child will not come back to you next time he's feeling upset, child will go outside, he'll seek outside validation. And the mantra which we need to remember now is connect before you correct. And if you do this at home right from childhood, I have seen it in my child that he empathizes with other children also who are feeling upset. He is there with the other child who is feeling upset. So imagine an environment in a school wherein one child is scolded by a teacher. His friend doesn't laugh at him. He says, oh my friend, I understand. It feels so shameful to be scolded by a teacher in front of all your friends. I know how hurtful it is. So how beautiful it is when your child actually, when your child actually shows this empathy outside home also, because he's learning this skill of showing empathy at home. Yes, are you all there with me? Do you all
We are
agree
getting
with
a lot
me?
of thumbs raised.
Yes, thank you.
A lot of thumbs
Yes,
up.
we will. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. So if this is the one mantra which I would like to give you today, is to connect before you correct a child. How to connect, we have seen it in detail. Why to connect, we know the reason, right? If you want a long-term cooperation from your child, you don't want any power struggles with your child, the way is to connect with your child. Do you all want a second mantra also to connect with your child? Yes. I'm going to give you one more mantra. Okay. Yes, I'm going to give you one more mantra. Would you all love to have it? Great. So the second mantra, listen very carefully and implement it very carefully. If you implement it, I can assure you, you are going to have a very joyful parenting. A very joyful parenting. And that mantra is Masti time. That mantra is Masti time. What is Masti time? This Masti time is a special time of maybe around 20 minutes or half an hour with each child by each parent, or by both the parents together with each child. Now what is that? Maybe before sleeping you allot a time from 9 to 9:30 as a Masti time. That Masti time is designed by your child कि उसमें करना क्या है, कैसे करना है. That time is completely distraction free time. I am going to keep away my mobile. I am no more a man of 45, 50, 35 year young. But yeah, okay. I'll come to the comments later. Okay. So that time I'm no more a 35-year-old adult or 40-year-old adult, but now I am a parent to a child the way child needs it in that moment in time. Okay, in that moment in time, I'm going to be the parent to my child. Now, how I'm going to do that is a distraction-free time. In that, I'm going to become a ghoda. I'm going to have a pillow fight. I'm going to convert my room into the hurdle race. I'm going to build a tower out of pillows. I'm going to play with the blocks. I'm going to play as if I'm a terrorist and he is going to save his country and I'm going to fire him. And sorry, is there anyone?
No, ma'am, I guess the mobile, yeah, mic was on.
Okay, fine. So I am going to play with the child the way child needs me to be played with him. And this is the moment that this is going to be a lot of physical activity and not something, come on set, we will read a paper, I'll show you few facts of this country, I'll do this, I'll do that, come on let's learn maths in a very funny way. No, you are not designing that masti time. That masti time is being designed by a child. Every day you will be thrilled to know various ideas he's coming up with. When we used to have masti time with our child, we used to actually make that bed into two pieces. One of the piece used to be a mountain. After looking at that Tanaji movie, we used to make a mountain, and behind that mountain we used to hide in that small balls which we get table tennis ball. Those balls were bombs, and we used to shell bombs on the papa when he enters into the room, and he used to hide and he used to fire at us. So it is such a fabulous time you spend with the child. What is the benefit of this? The benefit of this is your child is coming out with a lot of creative ideas. His entire day's frustration comes out through this play, because he's playing with lot of energy, lot of volumes are coming up, he is shouting and this and that. In a way, even your energy is coming out positively outside. This particular activity releases a lot of oxytocin, which is a long-term happiness chemical. Secondly, this is the time you connect with the child. You were there with the child in the emotional moments, and now you are there with the child in the violent, playful moments also. So child knows my parent understands me, is there with me to play as the way I want it to be played. I want him to be played. You will not believe this play time, this masti time will get converted slowly when your child turns around 8 years of age into a time where he wants you to sit silently with him. Papa, let's today watch some movie for half an hour, or mama, today let's watch some videos, funny videos, or papa, today let's read a book, or papa, today let's just share what happened at your office, what happened in my school, or papa, let's do some craft, or mama, let's do some drawing together. Slowly this time will get converted into a actual bonding time, and you will look at your child in awe as to how he's designing this time so beautifully. The child looks forward to this time because that is the time he feels ki my parent is my parent the way I want him to be. This is such a wonderful mantra for both the parents who are working parents, for both the working parents, because nowadays it is really difficult to give time to our children, right? And when it is difficult to give time to our children and we spend time like this with our children, you will see such a magic the way they wake up in the morning after this masti time at night. They'll wake up with full enthusiasm, because at the time of sleeping you are just telling me, wow, what a wonderful time we had, now we are going to wake up in the morning laughing and juggling. Okay, so yes, they wake up in the morning very happily. There is no power struggle at all. Come on, brush your teeth fast, let's go to the school. So this is the kind of energy child carries when at night he has done that namaste time with you. So let's remember this two mantra. The one is connect before you correct, and second is masti time. Am I okay with all of you, and have I reached all of you? Yes. Are you all did you all get what I said, and is it okay with you to adopt to the situations, or adopt to this type of a culture, I can say. Let's make it a culture. What is culture? Culture is something which we inculcate in your life completely, right? It is our culture at home. When someone elder comes, we say namaste or hum pair chute hai, right? So let's make it a culture that I connect with my child no matter what, no matter what others tell me, no matter what others tell me, I know what my child is feeling is authentic in this moment. Even if someone says don't cry like a boy or don't cry like a girl over here, you are like, I'm okay with crying my baby, that's fine. With a smile, gently you say that in front of your child. Yes, now I open the session for question answers. We may allow one by one to unmute and then ask the questions if any.
We have a parent raised the hand. So please go ahead with your question. I think the parent from UKG has raised his hand.
Please admit in the meeting. There is someone I think waiting in the meeting. Okay, so there is a question which is written over here. As we are parenting a newborn son and sometimes find difficult in managing insecurity, possessive behavior of a 5-year-old daughter. Absolutely. When you have a newborn at your home, till now what has been the scenario is your daughter was the center of attraction for every one of you. So it is really important how well I have prepared my daughter for the newborn to be there in the family. So even if you have not done it, I'll just give you an insight of how it needs to be done for other parents if you are into that stage of expecting a newborn or expecting a child sooner. You have to prepare and involve your child into this entire process. See, my belly is increasing. See, baby is अंदर से लात मार रहा है, या फिर just speak to the baby is listening to us, baby understands what you're speaking, you are an elder sister to the baby, and we all will take care of the baby. When baby will come out, uh, we are going to take care of baby. Baby is going to need mama a lot because it is such a tiny baby, right? So the baby is completely dependent on mama. So mama will be with the baby. So what will you do? How will you prepare yourself for the school? Will you sleep with papa? Whether papa will help you to get ready for the school in the morning. So giving lot of insight to the child as to what is going to happen, preparing the child, involving the child, asking the child what child is going to do when mama is not around, letting the child know that for some days, for few months, the newborn is going to be the center of attraction because he's dependent on us completely for everything. Comparing, like, see, you can eat with your hands, you can tell what is happening, but this baby cannot tell, it just cries. That's why, how will you help baby? Will you be there with the baby to will you be there with the baby to soothe the baby with some lullabies or something like that? So, and again, it is really important for me to connect with my 5-year young daughter at night, because night is the time when children have surrendered everything and they come up only with upset ideas. So at night, just spend some 10-20 minutes with your child like this, masti time or some calm time together, so that your child feels that I still matter, I'm still a center of attraction for my family. So involving your child into the process of looking after baby, and then speaking to the child on one-on-one, playing with the child for some time, is really crucial. Telling the child, wow, this is our baby, it's not my baby, it's our baby, how we will take care of this tomorrow, what baby is going to wear, see, baby sleeps for this much time. So involving and speaking a lot with the elder one helps a lot. Yes, other question?
Yeah, I think that the parent who's asked whether how good or bad is it that both the parents are working for the child.
Where is the question? Can I read the question so I understand the Okay. In this age, do you think that both the parents, both the working parent is not good for them? It is completely subjective term. I would not like to comment upon it, but if it is necessary, see, there are two things. One is necessary and one is luxury. So if it is necessary for me to work, for both the parents to work, then how am I managing my time with the baby so that baby feels involved? It is really important to spend at least 20 minutes. I'm not saying more than 20, but 20 minutes of one-on-one this masti time with the child so that child feels that yes, I've been taken care of. Even I am working, my husband is working, but if you have some caretaker at home, I always say that raise the consciousness of the caretaker. Caretaker is not just for the purpose of feeding your child or looking for um, looking at the need of the child, but let's raise the consciousness of the caretaker कि उसके साथ कैसे बात करनी है, कौन सी गेम्स है जो दिन भर में मैंने प्लान किए. If you're letting your child be at a daycare, then speak to the daycare members over there and give some activities from home to be played over there, and just give a call in between. Wow, you had done that activity, I'm so excited. There will be a surprise in the evening when I look at your painting which you plan to do in the daycare. I am looking forward to that particular thing. So it's really important how we are involving our child into this process of being a working parent, at the same time being a parent also. So it is a very subjective. There is no good or bad. There is no good or bad at all. It is our perspective. So change the perspective, flip the perspective, automatically your parenting will change. Hyperactive.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah. I think the next question is if
Restless, hyperactive. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
If 8-year-old is crying a lot on the small things, how to respond? Okay. 8 years is a very good age, and I always say that every behavior of the child is indicative of something. Every behavior of the child is communicating to you that there is some unmet need inside. Either, what are the 3 basic needs of every human being? Can you just quickly chat what are the 3 basic needs of every human being? What are the 3 basic needs of every human being? Roti, kapda, makan? Are these the 3 basic needs of every human being? Yes, please. Love, trust, okay. The 3 basic needs of every human being is love. Am I loved? Am I seen? Am I heard? Am I loved? Am I seen? Am I worthy? Okay. Am I loved? Am I seen? Am I worthy? So whether these 3 basic needs are fulfilled of a child will never throw a tantrum. So look into these 3 basic needs. If your 8-year-old is continuously crying, there is some unmet need inside. My child either wants to feel in power, and my child wants to express something, but he's not able to do that. Help your child to express his feelings, to process his feelings. Try to sit with the child, understand what is going on. Otherwise, I don't see there should be any way by an 8-year-old, because my son is also of 8 years, so I don't think so. The 8-year-old are quite sensitive enough. So look into the need of the child before we look at the behavior of the child. Yes, next question, please.
Very true, ma'am. Thank you so much. The next question is how to handle a child if he is hyperactive, restless, loves to talk with everyone a lot.
So what's the problem in being hyperactive and restless? Tell me. Again, as I said, there is nothing good, there is nothing bad. It is just a perspective. Everyone over here, we are so, how many people are here? Let me just check out. We are 255 people over here. Out of this 255, if I tell you, all 255 people have different temperament. All 255 people have different temperament. So that is the temperament of my child. He is hyperactive, he is restless. I don't have to change the child now in the moment, but I have to change the environment to suit to the child so that my child thrives with the temperament he has. The temperament has come naturally to him. If if at all I want to change it, that this is a very slow process. I cannot do it right now. First of all, I need to create an environment that suits the temperament of my child. If my child is hyperactive, have I planned my day in a way that he is shifting from one activity to another in no moment of time? Have I planned his day in a way that there is continuously communication, there is continuous physical activities? If he is restless, have I inculcate meditation or giving instructions peacefully? And again, let me tell you, our child is our reflection. Our child is our reflection. So first look at home as to from where this particular temperament is being picked up by my child. From where this temperament is being picked up. If I can locate the source, work on the source and then on the child, and then slowly inculcate habits in a way. First meet the need of the child. Once the need is met, now he will automatically change. But first create an environment for him to thrive with the same kind of temperament he has, and then slowly try to change the child. Yes, please.
Yeah, I think one of the parent wants some tips to deal with an introvert child. So I think the next question after that is boosting a child who's less confident. So if we can maybe club
absolutely.
together.
Yes, absolutely. So when the child is introvert, it means the child loves to sit with himself, right? Now, let me tell you, I have seen so many CFOs or CEOs being a practicing chartered accountant. I happen to meet the MDs or the owners of the bigger companies, right? When I meet them, I see that they are the ones who won't come outside their cabin and get involved with the, with the events happening in the company. They are quite okay with themselves, but brainy people they are. Okay, if they are brainy people and they don't want to come out and speak to the world, then it is okay for my child to be sometimes introvert, but I need to boost the confidence of the child. So as I told, first accept what my child is. Once if there is a resistance now, there will always be something going on in my mind. ओ यार मेरा बच्चा इंट्रोवर्ट है, ओ यार मेरा बच्चा इंट्रोवर्ट है, क्या करूं. But once I accept, okay, मेरा बच्चा इंट्रोवर्ट है, let me plan activities, let me plan some get together at home in such a way that slowly my child is opening up to the children around my home. Okay, let me plan out some outings with the family members, let me plan out some play dates with my child, let me take him to the garden, let me take him to here there. So I plan his time in a way that there is little interaction and slowly he is going further. Now how to boost the confidence? The only way to boost the confidence is to walk with your child. When my child doesn't have a confidence to go and speak to the security guard that uncle, can you please give me a ball which is there under the car. So I say, okay, can I come with you? I will speak to uncle. You observe how I am speaking. Then next time you can also speak. This is a skill building process. It is the way how I build the skill of my child. Child doesn't know how to do that. That's why he's lesser into the confidence. So slowly, I help him to build the skill in a way that he can express him confidently. Yes, please.
Thank you, ma'am. I think a parent wants to know how to handle a child who's lying or hiding things from the parent.
Yeah. Again, the same answer. Lying or hiding is coming out of an incident, the first incident, how I had handled the first lie of my child. If I had handled the first lie of the child by blaming and shaming a child, then next time he's going to lie to me. Or there are two ways to look at it. One way is this. Second way is that a child may feel that mama won't like it, papa won't like it, so it's better to hide. So what is that I'm lacking in our relation with the child? That child doesn't feel confident enough to come up. Or third, that child doesn't know he is lying. If a child is very young, if it is very young, if a child is suppose of 4 years or 5 years of age, The child doesn't know that he's lying. Let me give you a very quick example of a child lying. There was a client of mine, she had a daughter of 4 years and she used to always tell her daughter कि जाओ सोसाइटी में सब बच्चों के साथ घुलो मिलो, नहीं तो आपके बर्थडे को कौन आएगा, जाओ सोसाइटी के सब बच्चों के साथ खेलते जाओ, ऐसे घर में मत बैठे रहो, नहीं तो आपके बर्थडे को कौन आएगा. And you won't imagine that child went, she played with every child and she told every child. They were not involving her. Why they were not involving her? Because she was little younger to them. So she told, I'm of 5 years. Okay, now I'll play with you. And they all believed she is of 5 years. Now it was the time to invite them for her birthday party. And then she was getting furious. Everyone would come to know that I'm becoming 5 now. What should I do? Now see, a child developed a habit, or not even habit, she lied because she wanted a particular need of a mother to be met. Her mother wanted her to go and play with the people so that children can be invited to a birthday party. So why my child is lying is there something which he's trying to hide because he's scared of me, he doesn't want to show off me? Is there any skill which is lacking into, like children generally lie that homework kiya hai kya? हाँ मैंने कर लिया mama, homework I have done it. When you check out the book, the homework is not done. Why homework is not done? I need to go to the root cause of it. Whether child is not liking the subject, whether child does not have a skill to write properly. Why? Because is he getting scolded in the school for his particular presentation, handwriting, or is he just doing it to avoid doing homework? What is the reason? I need to build a skill around it. It is really important to go to the root cause of it. Look at the root cause, you will automatically get your answer. Yes, please, next question.
Thank you, ma'am. If they want tips to handle emotional child, especially who doesn't fight back if anyone troubles him.
Right. So see, again I said it is a temperament of the child, but you cannot tell a child कि हाँ तुम मार खा के आ जाओ, right? We don't want a child कि तुम जाओ, तुम emotional हो, I understand, I completely understand. किसी ने मारा तुम्हें मार खा के आ जाओ. We don't want a child to do that, right? So what is important is to let the child know what is acceptable behavior of others and what is not acceptable behavior of others. For this thing, you can pretend and play at home. You can give a lot of information to the child as to what kind of behavior these are. Because sometimes you know what happens, the emotional child freeze हो जाते वो किसी कोई एकदम अचानक से उनके ऊपर अटैक करता है, मारता है, तो they freeze out. So this freezing is their natural way of fighting, a fighting mechanism. But then you need to tell a child a lot of information. You need to give a child, pretend and play, be with the child in those moments and tell a child as to how he can, how he can actually speak into those moments, how he can fight back. You need to actually show to the child. तुम करो करके नहीं होगा, चलो मैं करती हूँ, चलो मैं वो बच्चा बनती हूँ pretend and play में. You tell me what will you do. So again skill building, it is really important. जो भी आपका बच्चा introvert है, less confident है, hyperactive है, restless है, pretend and play. Skill building, a lot of skill building needs to happen around that particular thing जो आप चाहते हो बच्चा करे. And again in a playful way. Not in something, चलो मैं आज आपको सिखाती हूँ कैसे करना चाहिए. No, wow baby, let's play a game. आज एक game खेलते. And through play activity, very playful manner, we need to impart this value to our child. Yes, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, it takes a lot of time to wake the child in the morning. Is there any way that my 8-year-old child wakes up on his own without much trouble?
Yes, absolutely. So what worked for me is something I'll tell you is something, whenever you want a child to listen to you, there are 3 ABCs which I'll give you. Okay. A is the activator. Activator is the activator of good behavior, which is communication. So you need to speak to the child that every day morning we wake up at 6:30 happily. Okay, beta. Are you going to wake up at 6:30 or 6:35 or 6:40? You tell me. So I have communicated well in advance to my child what is going to happen, and over a period of time again and again, and at the time of sleeping I'm telling my child, you speak to your mind, I am going to wake up tomorrow morning at 6:15 happily. I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning 6:15 happily, and he sleeps with that thought. This is how I'm giving instructions to the subconscious mind. You all know there is a conscious mind, there is a subconscious mind. This subconscious mind is really active when you're going into deep sleep. So tell your child to give himself instructions. I am waking up every day morning at 6 o'clock, 6:30, 6:15 happily. So this makes child कि मम्मी जबरदस्ती नहीं कर रही है, मुझे उठना है. You know the basic हमारा गलत कहाँ होता है, we go wrong because the child feels going to school is my mama's responsibility, not my responsibility at all. Give that responsibility to the child. Give natural consequence to the child. Okay, the first one is activator. Okay, activator is the communicate. Communicate in advance is whatever is going to happen with the child in future, after 2 minutes, after 1 minute. Now you are going to finish off your dinner. We will go and wash your hands, or you will go and wash your hands. You will wear night dress immediately. You will do this, you will do that. We will do this. Involve yourself also. Even though you are not wearing a night dress, say we will do it. We will do it. This prepares the mind of the child, and there are no unpleasant surprises for the child. B is the actually behavior. So behavior can be what we wanted or what we did not want. If we wanted, then C is the consequence. If it has happened what we wanted, then we are going to tell a child, wow, I'm glad you did it this way. Next time also we will do that. So consequence is a reward to the child, which is in terms of praising a child. Praising till the time it doesn't become a habit, automatic. Autopilot mode पे जब तक चीजें नहीं जाती है, keep on telling a child something like this when Papa comes home. Wow, Papa, do you know there is a surprise today? Ansh finished his homework by his own self. I did not have to remind him. So tomorrow child looks forward. Yeah, Mama is happy doing when I'm doing homework on time. It is my homework. I need to do it. And if behavior doesn't go that way, then also there is a consequence. Plus there is a way how you can divert a child. Suppose a child is very young and throwing tantrum, you divert a child into something more exciting. Or if the child is very elder one, 8 years, 9 years, then you let the child be with the misbehavior for some time and let him face natural consequences. What are natural consequences? बच्चा एक दिन नहीं उठा है, आपने उठाया, हमने कल बात की थी रात को, फिर भी लेट हुआ बच्चा, कोई बात नहीं. आज सुबह भी लेट हुआ, कोई बात नहीं बेटा, आज रात को और ज्यादा बोलेंगे, फिर कल हम टाइम पे उठेंगे. तीसरे दिन अगर आप नहीं उठ रहे हो ना, तो मैं आपको नहीं उठाऊंगी, आपका स्कूल मिस हो जाएगा. Let him miss the school. The school, he's not going to the school for you. He's going to the school for himself. Let him miss the school, and the day on which he misses the school, tell him there is a consequence that you will have to have palak ki sabji and roti, or there is a consequence that there is a shop niche, you go and help uncle. Let the child know what is the value of education. I hope I'm just covering up very fast because there are so many questions, on each topic. There are long sessions which I conduct, but then due to the paucity of the time, I'm just trying to give you an insight of everything so that at least you try implement it. Yeah, if they enjoy missing school, no, they will not enjoy missing school, because after missing school, they'll have to have palak ki sabji or roti. Go to the uncle who is downstairs and work with the uncle. Be with the security person or whatever you think good. If your papa is having his own factory, go to the factory, work with someone. If there is a medical downstairs, stand with medical wala uncle full time and see how he is working. No, there has to be a natural consequence. Let child know that missing a school is not a pleasure to be at home and watch the TV. No, not at all. If you are going to miss the school, what is the reality? A 8-year young child is brainy enough to understand this.
Thank you, ma'am. Here, I think a parent wants tips. Basically, my request here is, can you give us tips when parents are able to spend quality time only during weekends, and for those who at times have to single-handedly manage the show?
Okay, that's quite challenging, and this challenge can be you can come over this challenge by letting the child know about it. The way what I taught today is how we accept the feelings. Let's learn to share the feelings, our feelings with the child. You know what, bacha, mama gets so exhausted. Mama feels really sorry that mama cannot be with you. I need to single-handedly look after घर का काम also, office का काम also, to look after you. I would have loved कि मैं तुम्हारे साथ time spend कर पाती. But mama really feels sad. How can you help mama? Then child will come up with some ideas. Okay, so what is happening over here? Child feels seen, the three basic needs. Am I seen? Am I worthy? Am I loved? Yes, you are seen now. Mama also feels the same way. Communicate your concern to the child. Let the child know your concern. Child will come up with the idea. Not an issue, mama. You call, give me a call in the evening from office. We will speak for some time. I'll just tell you what all I did. You just give me a video call. Or maybe after coming at night, make it a habit that you're snuggling in a bed for 10 minutes, and then you know that releasing oxytocin with the touch, with your touch to the child, a lot of kissing and hugging, so that child feels safe enough to be there at home. And then you're sharing what happened in office, and then he's sharing what happened in the school, and then that is such a nice time you spend together and look forward for the next day. Again, the morning time to aapke haath mein hai. When the child is waking up, give lots of kisses, help the child to get ready. What did you do yesterday? What did your best friend told you? Oh, you did masti like this. Wow, I'm so glad you're doing masti like this. So get involved in these talks when you're doing your daily chores at home. And even after coming back from office, when you're cooking, involve your child into the activities. Come on, let's cook together today. Can you just show me whether you can cut bhendi right, in a equal shapes? When I was small, I just could not do this. So you are involving your child into the activities. While folding clothes, you are involving your child. It's not that you are folding clothes and he's watching TV. Involve your child into all the activities. A connecting activity, not a forceful activity, a connecting activity, and that really helps. And then weekend, if weekends are available, make it a big deal. Not going to a mall, by going to the gardens wherein there are a lot of activities, but going to a garden wherein physical activities are there. You are playing football with the child, you are playing hide and seek with the child. You are involved in the activities, and not the activities jahan pe hanging hai wo. Okay, trampoline park. Okay, trampoline park is not the place to connect with the child. Open garden is the place to connect with the child. I hope that suffices the purpose.
Thank you, ma'am. I think two questions which I may club it. One is about child demands for expensive things, and the second is like, even after being so supportive to kids, how many times we should surrender ourselves in front of kids, because day by day their demands increase.
Exactly.
So,
Absolutely true. This is the biggest challenge which we are facing. Now, when a child is demanding expensive things, expensive gifts, it is really important for both the questions. I'll say that in both the questions, I'll say that it is important to have firm boundaries. What are the firm boundaries is something I can do it, I cannot do it. This is the limit of our home. We cannot do it, beta. Please understand. This if your child is elder enough, then you can just let your child know how much you are earning, what are the expenses of the home, how you manage a home, and then let him child know. And again, you can put a budget boundaries also, like what we have done with our child is we have given him 3 months time. Okay, after every 3 months you will get a new toy, but that too up to the limit of this much amount. Okay, so he remembers, and if you need of a more amount, then whatever is the amount in your piggy bank, out of that you can withdraw only this much. Okay, so in a piggy bank, from where the amount comes from, whatever relatives give, only that comes. Or if you want to give some pocket money to the child, that goes into the piggy bank. So it is really important to have those firm boundaries around the child in a very connecting way. Okay, एक बहुत beautiful चीज मुझे याद आ रही है. Any person gets addiction of anything, be it devices, be it alcohol, smoking, food, junk food, TV, screen time, it is an addiction. You get addicted to something only when there is a void inside. मेरे अंदर कुछ एक खालीपन है, और वो खालीपन को भरने के लिए I am getting addicted to these things. Try to understand what is that void feeling within your child. What is he actually lacking in his life? That's why I said my all sessions are quite holistic. I go into the spiritual way of reaching out to parents. I don't want to fix your child, but I want to give you a solution which is going to be long lasting, in a way that there is a strong bond, and you are empowered enough to handle the challenges, right? So look at what is the void which is there within a child that he's trying to fulfill by the expensive gifts, and then कब तक करेंगे, demands बढ़ती रहती है. So firm boundaries again. I can do this much only. Okay, you want this, you want to go to US in the next vacation. Let's try to budget it out. Let's write down ki how much will be ticket, how much will be visa, how much will be traveling, hotel, stay, and then whatever is involved. Now once he has gone through this activity, you tell him this is my saving. We cannot do this activity into this saving. I have parked only this funds for the next vacation. Then what we can do, you tell me. Involving a child straight away, when you say no, it is going to increase. Primitive phase, आप जितना उस फेज में नो बोलोगे, ओ बेटा आई अंडरस्टैंड, आपको चाहिए ना, ठीक है देखते हैं, वो देखते हैं करके उसको वहां पे शांत कर दिया. देन नेक्स्ट डे आई एम इन्वॉल्विंग हिम इनटू दिस प्रोसेस ऑफ बजटिंग, एंड देन थर्ड डे ही अंडरस्टैंड्स बजट डजंट वर्क. I don't have those much of funds to meet to this particular need. Then you ask a child, okay, और कहाँ जा सकते हैं हम? What is the next budget friendly vacation we can have? Location where we can go? So involve a child into the process instead of straight away saying no to the child. Yes, please. I think we will just take another one question maybe, because it's already 1:25.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Basically, I have an infant child, that's why.
Sure. Basically, I think books, someone is asking for good parenting books, maybe. You
So
could
what
just
you can
share.
do is, yes, I'll definitely share. So one of the book which you can read is a Conscious Parenting by Dr. Shefali. It is a very deep book. It is very heavy book also, but then I would like you all to invest your time into reading that book. Second book is What to Say So That My Child Listens, and what to say. Just a minute. I think it is like what to say when so that my child listens, and how to listen so that my child speaks. It is something like that. You can just search on a Google and you will get it. There is another book, Raising a Mindful Parent. What all you can do is you can follow Dr. Shefali. It is very on Dr. Shefali only, on Instagram also, on Facebook also. Yes, by Dr. Shefali. What to Say So That My Child Listens. Raising a Mindful Parent, right? If someone is just noting down over here. Raising a Mindful Parent. There is one very wonderful book, two wonderful books which every parent must read, is not exactly relating to parenting, but it is somewhere makes you a better parent. That is What to Say When I Talk to Myself. What to Say When I Talk to Myself is the first book, and second book is How to Heal Myself, or How to Heal Yourself. Can someone just note it down over here? What to say when I speak to myself, and what to say when I talk to myself, right? And How to Heal Yourself by Louise Hay. These two books are going to change your perspective. And what other books are there? I'm just not remembering. Okay. I think if you go through these books now, these 4 books, it will be more than enough. And last is you follow Rise While You Raise on Instagram.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. I think people want to connect to you more, is what they're trying to say through the chats. So if you don't mind, maybe if you could share your number, is that okay?
Yes, sure. Yeah. So what I'm doing, I'm just writing my number over here. So ma'am, if you would you mind me sharing with the parent about my upcoming workshop, because if they are at all interested.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, so I have my advanced course in parenting, which is scientific art of parenting, and fortunately only today evening I'm going to have a orientation of it. Okay, so if you want to attend the orientation, you will get a sneak peek into what the course is going to be there, and then you can join the course if you want, or if you don't want, you can just follow me on Instagram or something like that. And yes, you will have an enriching journey together. Can I please get the recording of this webinar? I'm not very sure if the host has recorded it. If they have, they will share it. List of books. I think someone has already written the list of books over here. Conscious Parenting by Dr. Shefali, Raising a Mindful Parent. Then another book is What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. And then is How to Heal Yourself. These are the 4 books which I spoke about, and there is one more book. I think I'll share it to ma'am and she'll put it in the groups then maybe.
Sure, ma'am.
So those who want to attend today's evening orientation, they can connect with me on WhatsApp. I have given the number already. And I'm so much thankful to City Pride School for taking this initiative. It is such a fabulous way to say that, apart from curriculum things, you are also conducting such kind of sessions which are going to help parents to raise their children. I'm so glad to you for inviting me. Thank you so much.
Thank you on behalf of City Pride. I think it was a wonderful session. A lot of insights which we will take away as a parent. And we definitely would connect before we correct, and a lot of musty time for the weekend. I'm sure everyone has in mind now to plan with their own kids. So we all continue to be more positive. Thank you for your guidance. And parents, will be sharing the feedback link immediately after the session. Please give in your feedback so that we can plan more sessions in the coming years together, so that we grow as a parent together. Thank you for your wonderful time, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, dear parents. Enjoy your weekend.